Your future in Southwest Louisiana. What do you want to do when you get out of school? Have you thought about being a welder, electrician, mechanic, machinist? Not what you had in mind? Consider training at SWLA for a position in aviation. What's more, if you qualify, you may be eligible for on-the-job training at one of Southwest Louisiana's premier aviation employers, Northrop Grumman, Aeroframe, or Era Helicopters. While you're in school, you can begin working as an apprentice, making $12 an hour while attending night classes. Earn while you learn, or you can devote yourself full-time to your training through an apprentice program. Curriculum can vary in length from 6 weeks in class plus on-the-job training to working full-time in an apprentice program. Or you can take up to 2 years of classes at SWLA in aviation technology. This experience can be used anywhere inside and outside of the United States. The pay for technicians can vary from $12 per hour for an apprentice technician to more than $32 per hour for an experienced licensed technician. A career technician can make up to $100,000 per year. What kind of work would I do? Aircraft technicians work in several different career fields, like interiors, systems, airframes, and avionics. Each aircraft is scheduled for different phases of maintenance and regulated by the FAA. The technicians perform this maintenance. Airframe technicians work on the skins and frames of the aircraft. Interior technicians work on the inside of the aircraft, change out seat covers and carpeting, and work on the wallpaper and overhead bins. Systems technicians work on landing gear changes, hydraulics, and run system checks. An avionics technician works on the electrical part of the aircraft and troubleshoots problem areas. The men and women in these careers keep the aircraft flying safely by following all FAA and manufacturer regulations. Aircraft mechanics represent the most highly sought-after aviation worker, and most positions offer the opportunity for promotion and reward for superior performance. For example, an outstanding apprentice could move up the career ladder by earning a promotion to junior mechanic, then 4 levels of technician, then mechanic, then supervisor, then engineer, and finally manager. Take Northrop Grumman, for instance. The Northrop Grumman Company brings together thousands of engineers, technicians, and administrators, creating a powerhouse in the aviation logistics support, sustainment, and technical services marketplace. The company's Lake Charles Maintenance and Modification Center, LCMMC, is focused on providing depot maintenance services and aircraft modification for military customers. In addition, the facility offers training to perform a wide range of aviation operations, including aircraft maintenance, refurbishment, modifications, and fabrication of repair parts and structures. 70% of the aviation workforce is made up of aircraft mechanics at various levels, with many specific applications and skill sets. While it is preferred that mechanics have previously completed their airframe and/or power plant or A&P certifications from technical schools, Northrop Grumman offers on-the-job training. Northrop Grumman employs mechanics, quality assurance personnel, inspectors, technicians, engineers, planners, and facilities, security, and warehousing personnel. Finally, the workforce is completed with office support and professional positions, some of which require skills training such as Microsoft Office Suite, and others that require college degrees such as accountants, purchasing agents, and management.
My name is Larry McAllister. I'm a manufacturing supervisor here at Northrop Grumman. I actually got my start in the aircraft industry in the Navy. I had the opportunity to go to structure school in Millington, Tennessee. After Vietnam, I started in the commercial side. I worked a few years there, and I went to work for Lockheed on the C-130. I've had the opportunity to work on the B-1 bomber, new manufacturing, and also the stealth bomber. I've worked helicopters. Several of the old planes are not flying any longer. The P-3 Orion, I remember when it was brand new in 1967, got our first ones. So it's been a good career. In the next 5 to 10 years, I hope to be retired and enjoy life, play a little golf, and kick back. How far can this job take me? I believe the opportunities are endless. If you apply yourself, There's no limit. The salary I make now is much better than the previous job. It's allowed me to pursue my hobby playing golf. I have a couple golf carts, 4 or 5 sets of golf clubs. I've joined a fraternal organization which I'm really involved in. It's been really good to me. It's a good job, good pay. My life has changed and improved since I went into the aviation industry. I have bought a house, new car. Also bought a commercial property to rent after retirement for an income, which this job has afforded me to do.
My name is Andrew Watson. I'm a manufacturing supervisor here at Northrop Grumman. In Lake Charles, started my aviation career in the United States Air Force, where I got most of my aviation training. I then went to SWLA here in Lake Charles and went to a course that was provided through Northrop Grumman and SWLA, and I got my A&P license. The A&P is for, I went to class for 18 months, and after that it's OJT, I'm sorry, on-the-job training with the Air Force and through Northrop Grumman. Took me 18 months, and then the time included working here. I see myself in the next 5 to 10 years going back to school, kind of bettering my career with Northrop Grumman, moving up in management with Northrop Grumman, maybe becoming manager, operations managers, or aircraft managers in the quality operations, something like that. I make a great living for my family. It's afforded me a new house, land. We actually have a house now, and we're going to build a new house and buying land, and it's a great living. My life has definitely changed for the better. It's improved drastically. Northrop Grumman's awarded me, like I said, just in my salary itself, I've been able to do things with my family that I couldn't do before. It's a great living.
My name is Jay Cotto, and I work for Northrop Grumman at the Lake Charles site. And the way I got started here is in the aviation industry. I was in aviation high school back in New York City. That's a 4-year course afforded by the city for certain levels of technical training. And from there, I went into the Air Force, joined the Air Force, and worked with them in military aircraft as a crew chief. After that, we went ahead and took a stint in college. During that time, I did take a step to the side and worked at American Express while I worked my way through college. And then I wound up going to California to work for Lockheed Aircraft and as a controls rigger, and eventually came and made my way to Northrop Grumman, where I now work as a flight test tech. In a nutshell, the flight test operates the systems after the airplane is reconfigured, and we just make sure that all ground tests are intact and in place before first flight. And then after first flight of a tested aircraft, then we indeed tweak it to make sure that it's acceptable in all parameters, and right before delivery. In the next 5 to 10 years, I see myself still working with Northrop Grumman, working my way towards retirement, and I'm looking forward to perhaps transitioning over to the training department or the inspection group. And that's what's dynamic about the aircraft industry, in my opinion. All my life I've been working with Northrop Grumman for 19 years. And as it turns out, you can actually cross-train through experience. After a while being in a certain position, you learn more, and you can always go to different levels of the aircraft industry and still stay with the same company, which is, I believe, a great asset in one company. In the aircraft industry, I've always made a comfortable salary, and it has afforded me to allow for my wife not to have to work and raise our children. Back when we were still doing that, children have grown since. And so now we have grandchildren, and it is pretty much the same. She doesn't really have to work. Fortunately, on my salary, we do survive comfortably and have been able to work with the community and not have to worry about side jobs accordingly. My salary has always been comfortable. My life has changed and improved since this career change because It's been dynamic, as I said, with being able to be cross-trained and be able to do other jobs other than the initial one that I started with, which was, structures, sheet metal, and moved on to other aspects of the aircraft industry. So it's really different than desk work, in my opinion, when I was working for American Express and so on and so forth. And I like working with my hands, and it's just taught me a lot of other things.
What about Aeroframe? Aeroframe's apprentice program is designed for people that do not have previous aviation experience. The program is run through the Department of Labor. Interested candidates must register through the state. Aeroframe training starts with 6 weeks of classroom time, in which the new employees are compensated and are eligible for all benefits. Next, the candidate moves to the floor to work with a mentor for guidance. SWLA offers the opportunity to become a licensed inspector with credentials in airframe and power plant. In addition, Aeroframe hires in 4 different areas for technicians: avionics, cabin, structures, and systems. Aeroframe requires a minimum of 3 years for senior level technicians and prefers a minimum of 1 year on large aircraft training. Aeroframe pays an extra premium for technicians with an airframe and power plant license, as offered by SWLA.
My name is Cody Hughley. I'm an avionics mechanic over here at Aeroframe. I got my start by SWLA getting me a job over here working part-time as a junior mechanic because I was under the age of 18 and going to high school and stuff like that. I came over here and I worked 4 hours a day, and then I would go home and I'd go to school and then come back until I got more experienced, and then I got out of high school, and then I came over here and I worked full-time. I see myself, I'd like to be a master mechanic for the avionics troubleshooting, and I enjoy that. That is mainly what I like to do. 10 years, I'm still young. I'd maybe be a supervisor then. I like working the floor myself. My salary is about over double what I was making at my previous job. My life has changed, and I've gotten my own place, and I'm still young, so I've gotten married since then, and I spend time with my wife, and I can afford more things. I bought an '86 Monte Carlo, and I work on it, and it's kind of expensive. Well, I just got out of school, so I just now started having free time, so that's still in the work.
My name is Jimmy Johnson. My title here is Interior Technician. I started in aviation quite a few years back. I started with another company, ERA Helicopters. I left the field for a little while, but decided that I liked it more in aviation. I was hired as a painter for another company. I came to work for Airframe Services. Since I've been here, I've had plenty of opportunities to learn new things about aircraft, some of the new systems that are in aircraft, some of the technology that's improved since when I had first started earlier. I enjoy my job, I enjoy the people I work with, it's fun. Real nice place to work. In the next 5 to 10 years, I see myself as a A&P mechanic in a supervisory position here, probably a foreman or a lead technician working on the different aircraft that come in. By 10 years, I would hope to see myself into a management position where I could promote the business more, maybe go out and talk to other customers about bringing their work to us. The salary here is fair, competitive with the market that we have right now with the plants and some of the other industries that we have around. As compared to my previous job, it's a little more money, but my other job I had to work a lot more time to be able to make the money that I was making for them. But over here I don't have to work as hard, I don't have to put in as many hours. I have time to go to school to study to be an A&P technician, to get my associate's degree in maintenance technology. My life has improved drastically. I have more time to spend with my girlfriend and her son. I have more time to spend with my family and friends. I'm not working near the hours that I had. Going to school sometimes is a little taxing, but I still have more time for friends and family and to be able to do the things that I like to do rather than being at work all the time.
And ERA Helicopters. ERA is at the forefront of the oil and gas support industry. and the ERA helicopters fleet is among the finest in operation. ERA's parent company, Seacor Holdings Incorporated, has long believed in the merits of new technology and modern equipment. This philosophy extends to ERA. ERA has a growing fleet of Augusta AW-139s, a medium twin-engine helicopter capable of carrying up to 15 passengers and traveling at a speed of 167 knots, approximately 192 miles per hour. ERA also operates the reliable Sikorsky S-76 series, A++ and C++, a proven aircraft for tough deep-water missions. The ERA fleet includes aircraft to suit most any need, from the smaller, fast Eurocopter EC-135 with its exceptionally smooth, quiet ride, to the much sought-after heavy twin-engine Eurocopter 225 Super Puma, capable of carrying 19 passengers on tough, deep-water missions. All aircraft are outfitted with the latest performance-enhancing technology. You could be a part of this benchmark operation. What qualities define a successful aviation worker? Enjoys working with his or her hands, has good work ethics, is conscientious and attentive to detail, shows respect for others and is honest, is capable of following procedures, policies, rules, and directions, and takes pride in their work. What about safety? Recent data from OSHA shows how the safety of aircraft work compares with other jobs in our society. Safety training is a mandatory part of the aviation industry. Workers are at greater risk while traveling to and from work than while working in aviation. What work benefits can an aviation employee expect to have? Benefits vary by company, but are generally health, hospitalization, and dental insurance after a specified time with the employer, retirement savings plan with company contributions, paid vacation depending on years of service. Southwest Louisiana aviation companies have a lot to offer their future workforce. Talk to SWLA or one of their premier aviation employers today.